Our Athlete of the Week honors here at Wyopreps.com continue in this fall high school season for 2024-25. And this week's girls winner is from Bighorn High School, Emme Mullinax, who had 42 kills, 4 aces, and 41 digs last week in 3 big conference wins, helping Bighorn kind of really solidify themselves in that 2A East, even though they don't have quote-unquote conference records. They are by far and away leading the points rating, and they've beaten the second-place team twice already this season in head-to-head conference competition. And Emme joins me, and thank you so much for taking a few minutes. Congrats on the weekly honor. Take me back to last week. How do you think you played personally?
Personally, I don't think I played bad. I am dealing with a few injuries, but I'm really happy our team stepped up and they did really good, I think. But personally, I don't know. I don't know. It was all right.
42 kills. It's just all right. It's okay. So,
Eh.
okay. All right. So we had 17 big kills against Tongue River. Take me back to that match last week, and what's that atmosphere like, particularly when you're battling your rival like that?
It is a noisy gym and it's packed full, but that is so much fun to play in. Every athlete can probably agree with me that they'd much rather play in a gym like that than a silent and dead one. But we had our students all there, parents were there, same with Tongue Riverside. Um, it was just so much fun. Adrenaline was high with all of us, but I don't know. It was just a lot of fun. It was really cool.
You come out of there with a big win, kind of to solidify yourself as the top team in the 2A East. How important was that to you and the squad?
That was really important. I haven't lost a game to Tongue River since my freshman year at some point. So we kind of wanted to keep that streak rolling, of course, but it was really important to us. We really wanted to come out undefeated in conference play this year. And we're not quite done. We still have a game this weekend, but we're going in pretty confident.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. But take me from Tongue River then to Wright and Moorcroft. Wright's been playing pretty well this
Yeah.
year. I know that had to be a challenge a little bit, but to play kind of back to back like that with Wright
Mhm.
and Moorcroft, is that a difficult thing for you girls? Or are you used to it by
Um,
this point in the season?
We were pretty used to it since our preseason was pretty packed full of busy tournaments, but then we had homecoming week, which we only played one game, and then the following week we only played one game, and then we went back to playing 3 games, and so it was kind of sudden, and it was a big change, but I think we definitely persevered and pushed through that difficult moment, but we are really focusing on not overlooking any of our competition this year, but we're also going one game at a time. So our first priority was Tongue River. And then right after that game was over, we're like, okay, let's get through Wright, and then we'll deal with Moorcroft afterwards.
So now you're getting close to the postseason, and I know you're not looking ahead, but what are some things that the team and you individually are trying to maybe work on and fine tune here late in the regular season?
We're really pushing serves and defense a lot, and we think an aggressive serving team is going to win games. Same with a defensive team. We're really trying to limit our unforced errors, meaning the team that makes the most errors is probably going to lose, of course. And so we're really highlighting on certain things, on little things. We definitely have a really good offensive team. We're definitely getting a lot of kills and setting dumps. So that's really good. So right now our priority is defense.
How do you and the team handle being kind of the favorites? I know you're used to it a little bit as
Mhm.
Bighorn's been at the top of 2A for several years now, but how do you
Yeah.
deal with the favorite role this year in particular?
We try to, like the upperclassmen, try to really highlight to the underclassmen that being the favorite and always being watched is something we should really be proud of and that we should really enjoy. And so some of them were definitely nervous, considering we have a pretty young team, that they were nervous to being that team, like being a part of Bighorn. But we kind of just really emphasize that that's a really cool opportunity that they're given, especially their freshman year.
Well, a great week last week for you and the squad, and it all kind of comes together with a big week for you. Congrats on being our athlete of the week. Thank you for taking a few minutes, Emmy.
Of course, thank you.
David Settle back from Wyopreps.com as we continue discussing this week's Athlete of the Week winners. We had a shared honor on the boys' side, and I'm visiting with Brayden Baker from Lander High School. Put up a school record 303 yards rushing last week, 4 touchdowns, and a big win for the Tigers to help keep their playoff hopes alive. And Brayden joins me right now. Brayden, congrats on being our Athlete of the Week. take me back to last Friday night. What was that game like for you? Kind of take me through your mindset in that one, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, so like we had a pretty good feeling going into the game that we could do pretty well with our outside runs and just pounding the outside. And so the first play of the game, my other fullback set the edge for me. And I let my wheels do the work and just put it to the house. So that was good. I had lots of good blocking. So and
Talk about when you're carrying the ball, what are you seeing? What are you looking for in particular?
I'm just trying to read which way my blockers are like trying to block their guys so I can read the holes right, and then just hit them hard so I can just be most explosive as I can.
We had three big long touchdown runs. You talked about one and kind of set the edge early. Do you think that kind of set the tone for a big game for you guys on the ground?
Oh, I think so. I mean, if I knew if we could do that first play, that it was going to be a good game, and we could keep on doing that. And we pounded the outside a few more times, but then they were expecting that, and then we put it through the middle and scored a few more, which was nice.
So a big win, 54-13. That helps you guys out in terms of playoffs. I know you got a big game, and we'll talk about that. But at the end of the game, did you know how much you had in terms of yardage at all? Did you even kind of imagine how much you would put up?
I knew I was pretty well up there, but I didn't quite know what I had yet, and I didn't know what the records were or anything, and I didn't even find out until 3 or 4 days after Friday that I broke it. So
Well, congratulations on that, dude. That's pretty good. How does it feel to be a school record holder with 303 yards?
it's kind of surprising. I wasn't really expecting it. My dad's kind of a little upset because I pushed him farther down the leaderboard, and so
That's a good one. You got bragging rights in the house now, bud.
yeah.
Talk a little bit about. I know maybe this season hasn't quite gone the way you and the rest of the Tigers had hoped, but you still, as I mentioned, have something to play for. So, how big is Friday, and what are you guys doing to prepare yourself to give yourself the best chance?
We just really focus on practice a lot, like reading what they do, and just we have our scout team like running good plays and just being like as thorough as possible, and that helps us a lot for being able to read what they have going on.
I got to ask you, what do you love the most about the game of football, Brayden?
Just being with my teammates, it's a team sport. So if one person doesn't do their job, and if it all comes together, it's a great thing. So
Well, it all came together last Friday in a big way. Congrats on the record and congrats on being our athlete of the week. Thank you for taking a few minutes to chat.
yep, thank you, I appreciate it.
David Sutter from Wyopreps.com. We continue focusing on this week's Athlete of the Week awards here at Wyopreps.com. And as I mentioned earlier, we had a shared boys honor this week. And one of the winners, Tobyn Teigen from Wright Cross Country, he won the 2A East Conference Championships, or the Powder River Conference, by 53 seconds last week. Ran 17:19.61, helped the Panthers win the team title as well. And Tobyn joins me right now. Tobyn, congrats on a great week. I guess take me back to the conference race last week, and how do you think things went? How did you feel you ran last Thursday?
Um, well, I feel like I ran pretty well, but it wasn't just myself. I got pushed that first mile by Kid in Bighorn, and then right behind him was my teammate Joseph, and after them, there's just more of my teammates coming in, pushing each other. We're all feeling pretty good that day, so it was a really good race though.
Did that course challenge you, do you think, especially get you prepared for state coming up?
Yeah, that course was kind of challenging because it was more of like a gravel, and there's a few hills. Pretty good elevation change, but otherwise, yeah, it was a pretty good course.
Obviously, a big week last week. How did it feel to win the conference title once you crossed the finish line? How did that feel for you?
It felt really good. I mean, felt better that I know that my team was right behind me and we won the conference champions as a team. It was really nice. I liked it a lot.
What have you been focusing on to improve yourself just individually from a running standpoint this year? What's made you maybe make a big leap towards the front of the pack, do you think? What's helped the most?
Um, Probably waking up in the mornings with one of my teammates, Ethan Barnhurst. He's been with me each and every week. Every morning we usually get up, run, and then during practice, always doing that extra mile, extra rep in anything we do. Make sure that push each other and yeah.
And it was paid off because, as you mentioned, you won, but your team also won. What has Coach Glasser been having you guys focus on, especially here down the stretch of the regular season, getting into the conference and getting ready for state?
She's been focusing a lot on like tapering and getting more hill work in because she knows that that course has a few hills for state, and she knows that with enough work and helping us mentally prepare for what's coming up for me and my team, just been a lot of work, a lot of mental work. It's helped a lot.
Obviously, you guys ran in Cheyenne last year, but this is a different course. Is that tough, knowing that it's a different course versus what you guys ran at state last year?
I feel like it'll be challenging, but I feel like after we walk it, get to know the course a bit, I feel like we should all have pretty good mental game and what's going to happen throughout the race, knowing how we should run it and what parts we should really push ourselves. And yeah.
Is there anything that's a big key for you on Saturday? I mean, besides the mental part, anything else that kind of pops up into your mind?
Um, Kind of knowing that there is some people that are like right behind me. Knowing that my team could potentially place at state makes me want to push a lot more, and I hope it does the same with kind of the rest of my teammates. And
Well, hey, congrats on a great performance in the conference crown last week. I wish you best of luck at state, and congrats on being our athlete of the week. And I appreciate you taking a few minutes to chat.
yeah, thanks. And thank you, Wyopreps, for doing this athlete of the week stuff. It means a lot to everybody who is even able to participate in this type of thing weekly. So it's very nice. I want to thank you all for it. It's great.
Tobin, thanks for the great words. Hey, best of luck at state, man.
Yeah, thank you so much. You have a great rest of your day.